master, front of the house, puzzle designer. This guy has done it all and has now partnered with and creates the amazing designs of Puzzah. Life is about doing what you love and finding joy in everything you do. That's not only my motto. As you can see in this interview, Todd McClary lives that way too. His joy and passion for creating puzzles is just the tip of the iceberg for this company. Inspired by the escape room trend around the world, let's see how Puzzah takes the excitement to the next level here on Find Your Escape. Hi guys, welcome back to the show. My name is Amanda Contreras and I am here with Todd, the owner of Puzzah in Colorado. You have 2 locations, right?
Actually, we have 3 locations. We just opened up a brand new location in Santa Fe, New Mexico, but our flagship location is here in downtown Denver, and our second location is in Broomfield, which is sort of between Denver and Boulder.
That's excellent. Yeah, because I was on your website and only saw 2, so I'm super excited. Tell me how you got from, before past life escape room / puzzles, because you're a little bit different. You're an escape room, but you have like an edge on escape rooms, right?
Well, I suppose that we have something that makes us distinct. Puzzah was founded by 3 people back in 2014, and they were interested in bringing a new philosophy to the escape room. One, that would be very educational, very friendly to newcomers and a diverse group of players. But they also wanted to use technology to help make an escape room experience more adaptable and more inclusive to the people that come. And so when I first came to Puzzah, I was a player, and I played their first game, and I started talking with one of the owners afterwards, and I started saying, I've played escape rooms before, but Puzzah is different. Puzzah has a heart to it that I'm really connecting with. And in a couple of months, I said, I'm going to come and work for you. They said, oh, yes. I said, I'm going to, we can have an interview. We can go through the formalities if you want to. But the point is, I'm going to come and work for you. And they said,
awesome.
Okay.
Good for you.
And so I basically started working for Puzzah because they wanted to put together a team building program for corporate clients.
Okay.
And I had a background in that kind of thing. And I certainly love puzzles, and I loved finding ways to talking with organizational groups that want to learn communication skills, organizational skills, flexible thinking skills using puzzles. And so I did that for a couple of years. And then there was an opportunity for me to join their development team, which actually builds the rooms, designs them, and tests them, and implements them. And so member of the development team as a game designer.
Oh my God, that's so awesome. That's so great. So you literally went from the bottom to the top.
Well, I've moved around a little bit. But yeah, I've sort of learned. I've sort of worn a lot of different hats in this company. I've been a game master. I've been front of house. I have, I've done, pretty much everything that you can do in this business. But right now I'm very, very happy coming up with ideas for stories, coming up with ideas for puzzles, coming up with ideas that really kind of show new and exciting experiences to people.
How great. Now, you said you had experience doing team building and things like that. What was your pre-escape room job?
I spent a number of years working in the publishing industry. I was a writer and a graphic designer, and actually those were skills that certainly suit a person very well in this industry. But I had opportunities to, work with people in training and people who, work on, corporate development. And I just found that, in addition to my interests in design, that I'm a bit of a ham, and I like, presenting ideas to people in entertaining ways. So when they said, are you comfortable standing at a table in front of, say, 16 accountants who want to come in and have a field day to play escape rooms, I was like, oh, I would love doing that. I love standing up and being a performer. And
Right.
so,
Oh, twist my
um,
arm, hurt me so bad. Yeah.
that's
Do what
right.
I love to do. Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's great. And if you're a person who likes puzzles, and you're a person who likes performance, escape rooms is really the vocation for you because you get to be a show person. You get to direct, you get to act, you get to design, you get to create an experience that's more than just marking letters or numbers on a piece of paper. And there's nothing wrong with that kind of puzzle, but having a puzzle with that live action component to it, I mean, that's what it really engages people on a completely different level, as you probably know very well from your experience in this. Is that right, Amanda?
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's funny because I do so many of these interviews, and meet owners all over and I literally have now, I mean, I can just contact anybody and say, hey, got a quick question, or, you know what I mean? Just be this camaraderie of knowledge, that I've come to know. But your energy and your exuberance is like, I am so excited to meet you. Like, you are just awesome. So I have to tell you that, like, as an energetic person, I love your energy. And I think that if you can put that into a game and put that into a puzzle, then, I mean, the sky's the limit, because it's just that passion and that creativity that just people feel. They want to feel that when they come into your room. They want to feel that when they go into, to escape reality, literally. They want to be able to feel that excitement. And I'm so excited that that's what you bring. So, I mean, I could go on and ask you so many questions. Actually, you know what? I am going to. So, yes, I am. How
Fire
was
away.
it? You're right. So most owners, like, and it's funny because almost every single owner that I've talked to has played one, fallen in love with it, and said, this is what I want to do. I mean, that's even my story. And it's crazy because we all fall in love with the puzzles, but your your path is a little bit different, because you went from game master to front of the house to puzzle designer, right? That's your kind of your path. How was it transitioning and seeing all the different aspects in a whole different, kind of way, your different perspective? How was that to know, wow, this is what goes into it?
Yeah. Well, a bit of full disclosure and a little bit more of my background. I have been, working professionally and semi-professionally in the puzzle industry for many, many
Oh,
years.
yay. Okay.
Now, but hold that thought, because way back, in the 18th century, when I was in high school,
Sure.
and when I was in college, I was studying theater, and I
Okay.
thought I was going to be
I
a
would
teacher.
never have guessed.
Yes. And so when I first approached Puzzah and I was telling them you need to hire me, I was thinking what they're going to be interested in me most of all in terms of a skill set is my puzzle background, because that's what I'm currently working on. And that's what escape rooms need, is they need good puzzle designers. But as I have worked more and more on the development team and I have undertaken more projects, a theater background and the design background really serves me a lot more than a puzzle background. Now, knowing is sort of a theory of puzzles, and how people solve puzzles and how people approach puzzles. That's all very, very useful, and I think it can be an acquired skill. But but like I said, you have to do much more than that. You have to put on a show, and you have to find ways to be theatrical and dynamic and spectacular, because that's really how you can give agency to people. That's how you can make a memorable experience when they are wandering around a tomb or trying to steal a diamond or trying to capture the criminals. You are giving them the opportunity to become something other than themselves. This is the escape and escape room. It's not a room that you escape from. It is a room you escape to. You're escaping your kind of ordinary life in order to become something extraordinary. So when you can combine an idea of how puzzles work with a theatrical sensibility and really sharp design, all of those elements come together that can make that wonderful, memorable experience for your guests.
That's so great. I love the way that you just put that. That's amazing. So with that being said, okay, so 3 locations is what you have. Let's start out with your flagship location and what games and what are the missions in that room? How many people do they hold, etc.?
Okay, well, let me just say that we, at all of our 3 locations, we are currently running a total of 8 different experiences, and we have copies of them at some experiences. For example, in Santa Fe, we do have copies of our Colorado ones. Okay, so let me go through these experiences. We have TikTok. TikTok is our classic detective adventure where you're trying to defuse a bomb. We have Kazam. This is a mystery that is set in a dusty old attic in which you are trying to discover the disappearance of a magician. You're trying to discover the whereabouts of a magician. We have Iris. This is our time travel adventure where you travel back in time in order to solve an environmental catastrophe.
Oh, super awesome. Okay.
We have Specimen. This is our science fiction adventure in which you wake up and discover that you have been abducted by an alien spacecraft, and your goal is to return to Earth.
Awesome.
We have The Curse. This is our tomb adventure where you are wandering around an ancient temple trying to remove the curse on a wealthy industrial family. We have a quirky game called Hive Mind in which you play a group of bees trying to improve the honey production of the hive.
Oh, that's awesome.
We have I'm sort of going chronologically here. We
That's
have
okay.
a secret agent mission called Mask, where you're
Okay.
trying to.
Oh, I saw that one on the website.
Yes, you're trying to thwart a group of cyber terrorists.
Okay.
And then our brand new game that is opening in Santa Fe is called Nightshade, in which the players take on the roles of ghost hunters trying to discover a spirit who is haunting a family entertainment center type restaurant.
Oh, super cool. Okay. How fun is that? Now, do you come up with the stories? I mean, or you guys have a team that comes up with and that's how you collectively get your ideas?
Yes, all of our content is produced in-house. Since I am on the creative side of the development, I am the one who generates. Okay, this is the theme we're going to be working with. I'll write the story. If it has characters, most of our stories have sort of a narrator character who sort of guides the narrative, gives hints, sort of that kind of thing. So I will develop that character, cast an actor to read the lines and direct that actor and so forth. So yeah, all of our ideas are generated in-house, and that's where we come up with our themes and all of our sets, our physical designs, our technological effects. Everything is in-house.
Now, you said actors. So do every one of your rooms have live actors in them? And are they the hint system?
Yes, every one of our rooms has some kind of an actor who is like basically the character of the room. We don't have like flat screens in our rooms that say, okay, do this, do that. Basically, when people need help, they contact the character who is within the story, and the character has some means to give them the information that they need within the universe of the story, rather than a game master just saying, well, I am Todd the game master and here's your hint. They always get a hint that comes from a character that is within the world of their story.
That's super great. Now, all of your rooms, family friendly, all of them or some of them?
Absolutely, everyone is family friendly. It's part of that inclusive philosophy that the founders want, because they knew that a lot of escape rooms tended to be very niche, particularly ones that came from the haunt industry. Haunted, horror-based escape rooms, they're extremely popular, but they only cater to a certain number of people. So yes. We want people of all levels of experience to feel comfortable coming to our rooms, people of all ages, people with different mobility issues. I mean, basically everybody is welcome here, and everybody is given an opportunity to participate and feel like they can succeed.
Right, that's excellent. And I'm assuming, since you have an excellent background in this, you guys do a lot of team building, a lot of corporate parties, birthday parties, all of those fun, wonderful things?
Absolutely. As I said earlier, I help them get their corporate program on its feet. And, of course, we also do kids parties. We do a lot of community outreach because there are some people who can't come to our brick and mortar locations, but we still want to give them experiences because, STEM is very important in schools now. And we want to, sort of support that idea in our community. So we've put together elementary school programs where we have marketing specialists who come out and they talk about what is it like to solve a puzzle, what are how can you approach a puzzle
Wow, how great is that?
Yeah, so
You're awesome.
But so when I said that we're on a development team, it isn't only rooms. We're also developing materials that we can use for these outreach programs or for sort of, one-off client services or special events. If there is, like a trade fair or some other kind of special event going on in the community where they say, we'd love to have something that has a little bit of a puzzle core to it, or something that, talks about the escape rooms, or something that gives people a little bit of a challenge. That's something that we like to do because it enhances our brand, and it gets it allows us to showcase the things that we do to a wider swath of the people here in Denver.
Yeah, but then if you're also going into schools, you're helping kids be elaborate thinkers, you know what I mean? And some of them really need to understand that it's okay to do all these cool things. Look at the kind of imagination that you can have, Let's give that some juice.
Yeah, and it's great. I've gone to a couple of these elementary school outreaches, and the best, one of the things that we do is we show kids in these schools how to create puzzles, and we come up with here's how you come up with a code puzzle. Here's how you come up with a maze puzzle.
Wow.
And we give some samples of how you can do these kinds of puzzles, but the things that they come up with by themselves, it's just
awesome.
Mind-blowing how wonderfully creative these kids are.
If people, Todd, want to book from you, please tell me your website, where they can go, and a phone number that they can call.
Definitely come to www.puzzah.com. From there, you can select any of our locations, and you will see all of the informations on our different experiences, and you can make your booking arrangements from there.
Well, guys, that is it for today's show. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next Tuesday with another great episode of Find Your Escape. So, Todd, let's say goodbye. See you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.